Hello, my beautiful stars. How are you doing? Thank you for coming back to my channel. I'm feeling so grateful. Um, wow, I just have so many topics that have been coming up ever since I started doing this again, and I'm ready. I am ready for it. I got a new microphone, so hopefully my sound is a little better, or maybe it's not. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I like this idea of holding the microphone though, because it gives my hands something to do. So, um, all right. So, I want to talk about judgment. Um, that is what has come up the most. So that's what I want to focus on first. Um, all right. I'm just gonna allow spirit to come through here. I can't let this be about me. Everything around us is mirrors. Everything. Okay? Everything outside of you is a reflection of your inner world. Have you ever noticed something in someone else that you either really loved or really hated or just liked? I guess I'm just being extreme, but um excuse me. When you notice something in someone else, it's a reflection of something you have in you. Personally, I notice people all the time. I Ever since I've gotten to a certain point in my healing journey, I started noticing the best things in other people. And I didn't know that those were, and I'm not like bragging or anything, those are just things that I noticed. And then later, when I learned that everything is a reflection of you, I was like, oh my gosh, so those are characteristics and qualities that I have in myself that I actually appreciate. Wow, that's incredible. And so everything will teach you something. I have a really great example of this. I, and this is a personal story with someone who is no longer a friend, but she was a friend at the time. So I was going through stuff with my parents at the time, and we were fighting. We were arguing a lot, and there was just turmoil there. And it was things that just I hadn't forgiven them for. So it was kind of always on the back of my mind, just these things that they had done that I wasn't ready to let go of. Okay, so that was where I was at emotionally, like just mentally there. Okay, I go to hang out with my friend who, I don't know why I said who, but I go to hang out with my friend and her mom is just such a sweetheart. She's so nice. We're just talking. They're talking about New York, and her mom basically said something that kind of offended her, and it just sent her into a whole frenzy. And I didn't even think it was that big of a deal, honestly. She just, I don't want to put all that under scrutiny right now. That's not the point of it. So anyway, they got in a huge argument, and then for the next 20 or 30 minutes, all my friend wanted to do was talk about that argument and vent about it. And while she was venting to me, I remember thinking, like, I had a huge epiphany moment that I realized I'm sitting here having to deal with this because I'm not dealing with my own issues with my own parents myself. Holy crap. So that really, one, encouraged me to look at my issues, and two, it's just mind blowing that that epiphany hit me. I'm still honestly shocked because that was probably the biggest example of it that I have. Um, the best example of in my life. Um, yeah, everything outside of you is a mirror. So look at the situations that are happening to you. Everything happens for a reason. I truly believe this, that every single thing that happens to you happens for a reason. Not always a great reason. Okay, I'm not saying that, but there is a reason behind everything. And I don't say that with ease, because I mean, we all go through really heavy, really dark things um in this world, this crazy world that we live in. But there is something to be learned from all of it. And that's honestly, that I think that's beautiful, that even in the darkest times, you can still pull light out of it. You can still grow from it. There are plants that can grow without sunlight. Just like, so there can be movement and growth in the thickest of times. We just have to be open to seeing it. And I know how difficult that can be, because you have to sit down and face it and think about it and and kind of relive it, which is honestly, and I'm someone who avoided that for so many years, guys. So many years. I didn't want to meditate. I didn't want to sit. Sorry. I didn't want to. I'm trying to get comfortable here. I didn't want to sit down. I didn't want to think about all the horrid, I was going to say horrid, horrible things that I went through, um, because it was literally like reliving them. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real event and you going to that place mentally. It doesn't. Athletes actually train that way by just thinking about training. And I think there was a study where they noticed, um, they studied players who did this mental training in addition to their regular training versus um, athletes who didn't. And I think there was like a 20% improvement for the people who were mentally training as well, which is 20% is a lot. If like if, when for however long they did that study. Um so and that's another reason why manifesting is so powerful. It's Delulu till it's Trululu, right? God, was that cringe? I don't care. I don't care. Um Okay, so when you catch yourself, because we've all been there, okay? Like I've mentioned in a past video, we've all been there where we catch ourselves judging other people, because it's so much easier to drag someone else down with us than to try to pull ourselves up. Um, so when you catch yourself judging someone, because the brain automatically does things it's been doing for so many years, it may not even be your fault that you're still like, you don't no one I don't feel like a lot of people don't just go out of their way to judge people. It's kind of the way our brains have been conditioned to think in such a competitive society. um Crap, I keep losing my train of thought. I gotta focus. Okay, so when you catch yourself judging someone, just know that you can retrain your brain. It is possible. I've done it. I am living proof that you can retrain your brain. I used to be such a negative Nelly, full of hatred. Oh my gosh. And that, I think, is confirmation about what I'm saying. Let me get these lights back on. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I actually killed my car battery. I did not realize it was sitting here for this long. I came out here at 8 o'clock. It's now 10:40. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'm not moving, but yeah, I had to switch microphones and I killed my car battery, so I did a lap. And so I'm going to wrap this up real quick, and I'm probably not going to be shooting in here anymore because I don't want to be killing my battery all the time. I did not realize how long I had sat out here doing this. So cool. But real quick, back on topic. Um, our society programs us to, because there's a lack mindset. There's not enough for everyone, and it's a fear-based mentality. So we're always at each other's necks, fighting over things, competing and judging each other, and it's just not a healthy way to live. And yeah, and I just want to say that that's kind of what goes into the mindset. So think about all the programming that's been done. So start noticing the mirrors around you. It's in your relationships, it's in the experiences you have. And I mean all relationships. I don't just mean romantic relationships either. Um, what people talk to you about, what do you happen to come across? Do strangers talk to you? Be open-minded. Start noticing little things. And honestly, it's a really good way to stay present in the present moment. And when we're present, we we're happier. We notice more. Notice the signs and synchronicities that the universe is sending us. And we catch our brain doing these automatic thoughts. We can catch them and stop ourselves, and begin to train your brain to think other ways, and stop that pattern and begin a new one. Um, I feel like that's all I have to say for now. Love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. If you resonated with what I have to say, I would love to hear what you think, what you thought. Um, leave any questions, comments, concerns down below. Give me a like if you liked this video. Share with anyone you think might resonate. I just love you all so much. I'm going to say it over and over again. Bye.